There we go. I do believe we are live. So I'll say, indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another day in the same boat. That is at least what we're going to talk about today. How we might be pointing. Yesterday we talked about polarization, so we might be pointing in different directions, but we're pointing to different directions on the same boat. There's a Martin Luther King line that's been staying with me recently that goes, "We might have all arrived in different boats, but we're all in the same boat now." And there is a matter of not being in the same boat necessarily as it relates to the commoners, us normal people, and the ultra wealthy. And at the same time, I think even they realize that we're in the same boat, right? That if we do not figure out some way to do things differently, the next 10 years are going to be adventurous. That's my preferred word. Yeah, so adventurous the next 10 years will be. We're going to be adventuring. Going to be learning a lot about ourselves, surely. Going to be growing in experience. Going to be expanding our horizons. Quantum computing will be online within the next 10 years. Humanoid robotics that are, relatively speaking, affordable will be online. Gene editing therapies will be widely available. Brain-computer interfacing will be well studied and understood and accepted, and I'm pretty sure there should be available tech like that as well for people. All right, so we're literally going through some of the most ridiculous times in history. Our boat, if you will, is going through some of the most turbulent water it has ever experienced. And when we're going through turbulent waters, it can feel very tense. It can feel very emotional. Our emotions might be heightened to the point where we lash out at one another. But Kobe, where we lash out at one another, right? The same way I can lash out at that little dog for barking in my ears. And that lash out will happen because there will be this infighting, if you will, right? The people that are in the boat are going to feel tense about, look at how crazy the weather is. Look at what big turbulences we're experiencing. We're supposed to go back to the shore. No, we're supposed to continue to our destination. Yada, 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 yadas. You know, infighting. And at some point, I hope that there is this realization that we are really just trying to see the day through. Right? I've been thinking a lot about why we do anything at all. You ever think about that, Kiefer? It's nice seeing your name here, bro. You ever think about that, Kiefer? Why people do anything at all? Why do you do things? If there was no money and there was no other people, what would you keep yourself busy with? Would we play games? Would we wander the earth endlessly in search of meaning? Will we find ourselves confused, uncertain about what to do next? I'm imagining this whole fractal of a ghost ship every day. Yeah. A ghost ship. You alone on the entirety of that boat, and it's just floating on an ocean. For some reason, I'm seeing mist all around as well. We're in the same boat, and we're in the midst of pretty treacherous waters. What is that going to mean for our future? I think we're going to upgrade our boat. That's what I hope. I would continue to hone my crafts. Yeah, exactly. Right? Maybe you're a shipwreck. I think that's what they call them, right? The person that fixes the ship. And the only thing you can do, whether it's treacherous waters or not, is do your work when the time comes, right? After we got treacherous watered, you still do your job. You still show up. Gooch George, hey, it's nice having you here. Gooch, sending you love. I don't think I've seen your username here before. Sam says, I fucking told y'all. What did you tell us, Sam? What did you tell us? That we're in the same boat? Good. Tell us more. Gooch sends 2 points. Thinking. Buffer. Being in the same boat, right? Again, after the whole tumble kind of goes, we're gonna have to get up again, right? Emerge from the deck holes. Scrub the thingy. The main deck, yes. Scrub the main deck with all of the debris and seawater that was on top of it or whatever. Right, we're gonna have to go and get back to it. There is no giving up. There is only being in the same boat. You know, and I feel the thing that's kind of concerning me, the thing that I've been thinking about a lot is war today, especially. The amount of money that is made in the war, and my eye starts twitching just thinking about it. More and more eye twitching. Okay, it's fine. I get it. So much war. And the fact that there are, companies with stocks within which you can invest. And those companies, they really are good at warring about building machines of war. And you as an investor can put your money in them. And then you can see your money 10x. And you're very happy about that if you're one of those people. Like, yay! Huzzah! I just 10x'd my money investing in a company that 100% is going to cause people's death. Like, that's literally all they're there for. That's what they make. They make things that kill people. Right? Isn't that a little bit Bo Bonkers? I find that pretty Bo Bonkers. And again, talking to a person who works in that industry about us all being in the same boat, I can almost guarantee you will fall on deaf ears. It'll be like, oh. At what point is our species going to stop fighting about the speck of dirt we have that is Earth? Right? Maybe we'll start fighting about the speck of dirt that is the moon second. And then speck dirt Mars. And eventually, maybe we'll have enough speck dirts that we'll be like, okay, fine. Maybe we got enough speck dirt. Many a specks. I watched a documentary yesterday that made me realize that Trump and Elon are working on the next phase of the military-industrial complex. I don't think I saw the same documentary. But just reading that sentence causes me so much concern. Hey, Connor is here too. Yo, I love Star Wars. If I stay on this track, I think we're going to have space wars. Space wars, probably. We might have space wars. And it is going to be essentially just the destruction of money. Right now, at this point in our having wars, we're killing each other sometimes, right? And the killing of each other has lessened with us having more and more drones and stuff and robots. And it does seem that that trajectory is going to continue. But for me, it's the destruction of resources. War is very expensive, right? It's a very expensive thing to do. Warring is not cheap. And it's costing all of us, right? Because again, we're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. There's been so many stories about like a collective has to band together against to stop. But it progressively seems more and more so that that enemy doesn't exist, or at least that enemy doesn't exist in the collective mind, right? One of those enemies for me is climate change, for example. I think if the earth gets hotter, it's not going to be a fun time. I'm pretty hot right now. I don't want it being hotter than it is right now, and it's not even that hot of a day. There has been very, very many hotter days. But again, that is not something that we can collectively agree upon. And with us being so many, with us being legion, there are so many differing opinions. And again, some people are profiting from one side of the spectrum or the other. Depending on which side they're polarized towards, there might be, potentially is, some sort of financial reason to be. My mind is going down this rabbit hole of just looking at how absurd it all is at this point. Just thinking about how much is happening out there. And then at the same time, I'm sitting here and there are birds chirping outside and dogs doing their things, mountains in the distance. I'm thinking about the dichotomy of actions and how much things change. Change does definitely happen over a long period of time. But those mountains there in the distance will probably still stand there for a very long time, no matter what choice I make. Kobe! He's trying to get Pippi to play with him. Life is crazy. Life is crazy indeed. That somewhere on planet Earth right now, there is one dog barking at another dog because the other dog doesn't want to play with the other dog. So the one dog is letting the other dog know, play with me more. We do live in a crazy world. The fact that that dog's choice to make bark sound can influence me. Even more so if I let it. But I don't let myself hear or not. You know, and I feel like that's something that all of us are very susceptible to. There's a mosquito seeking refuge. Oh yeah? How about you don't? Yes. Get flattened, mosquito. He's technically like stuck to the side of my pants now, as a warning to any other mosquito that wish dare extract resources from my flesh. Try. Try, see what happens. I've healed more of them than they've healed of me, relatively speaking. I did have malaria once because of freaking mosquitoes, but also because I was in one of the even more third world African countries. That didn't help. Hey, Giovanna's here too. Love you. Sending you blessings. We're talking about being in the same boat today. Being in the same boat. This part of the maybe that's something to be said. Maybe that's the thing I'm feeling into right now. So because this part of the boat is so far away from the oceans, it also does remove you from the ability to go surfing. Hey, Tommy is here again. Hey, Tommy. I'm chilling. I'm having a chill time. We're talking today about being in the same boat. Yesterday we talked about polarity and the finger pointing, and how by finger pointing, and maybe we can expand yesterday's analogy into today as well with the whole boat analogy, is that in finger pointing, if you point fingers at something, you're technically just pointing fingers at the other side of the boat. And maybe that side of the boat has other things, right? Maybe there is a nice restaurant on that side of the boat that is completely agnostic. It doesn't get involved in the finger pointing. It just cooks food for people to eat. And then because you potentially hate that side of the boat so much, you refuse to go to that side of the boat. And then you technically miss out on getting to eat food at that nice restaurant. Right? That's a very rough example of the point I'm trying to make. I think that's the thing that's been very clear to me as of late. That's the lesson I've been trying to extract from all of the media I am seeing, is that, you look sad today. I look sad today. Maybe I am sad. I am tired more than I'm sad. I don't really have any reason to be sad. Got my work done. Yesterday, I officially got everything done. I can create some more text elements, but I probably will. Maybe that's why I'm not as happy as I could be. I didn't create enough text elements today. Part of me doesn't want to create any. 4 more to go. My 2 exams are over. Good. Came here after 2 or 3 days. Looks sad today. My exams are over. 4 more to go. Making progress. It is only February. Guess I don't really know when you're supposed to be writing tests. The last time I was graded on a test like that was technically when I got my can't even remember what the acronym stands for, but it's basically an English teaching certificate. That and my CPR. And those tests were very easy. Can you give a tip about streaming? Streaming for me, Tommy, if I'm going to give you any tips about this, is that it is in my world, more accessible form of content creation. Because I could overthink about what I'm supposed to say today. And then in that overthinking about what I'm supposed to say, I could write the script, and then I can overthink where I'm supposed to get my camera set up. And then I can go a bunch of places that I think might look aesthetically nice, but then I have to think about how the sun shines and how the shot looks. So I'm going to try and position myself correctly like that. And then I have to think about the script. And then I have to think about the shot that I have to keep doing to try and get my script read in a way that I don't make mistakes. And then I have to sit down at the computer, and then I have to edit all of that together. Right? So that's one form, that's the traditional form of content creation right now, where a live stream allows you to sit down, read the message again. I don't want to stream. I know you have a lot of experience. Can I give you a tip about streaming? Ah, okay, but like I'm still giving you my perspective, right? So I've done the traditional form of content creation, that those previous steps and all of what they entail. And it's not that they're hard, it's not that they're impossible, it's just that I feel very unnatural when I show up like that. Where this, to me, is a more natural form of content creation. Because I get to show up with you friends as a person, as myself, and then I am that, right? I don't have to be more than that. And I'm trying to show you friends as well that it's okay to just be a person, to show up day after day for conscious evolution, and your life will evolve. Things will change, things will transform. People nowadays don't like to listen to a person yapping about philosophy. You should try something else too. You see, for me, it's not about what people nowadays like. People nowadays like vapes, alcohol, pornography, fast food, right? That's what people nowadays like. So for me to start selling vapes, brand my own alcohol, start an OnlyFans, and create Lunchable, equivalent competitor, I could make a lot of money. I could be very successful in the traditional sense of monetizing myself, but that's not what it's about for me. All right, for me, it's about the yapping, I guess. For me, it's about showing up for the things that are actually important to me. Your streak would help you in your future. It's true. That's why I show up every day. Because and there is plans for me to expand this, Tommy. Don't worry. It's again just a matter of people nowadays don't like philosophy. Too bad. Get like again, fortunately, this is a free world, right? And to give you some credence about what you're saying, Tommy, I don't only believe you, but you're right. You are right. Like fewer people are tuning into my channel than ever before, right? All of the people that used to tune in don't anymore, right? So it's either a matter of they're busy in their lives, or they don't want your streaming from 4 years ago. Yes, the first day of 2021 was the first day that I started my consecutive streams. So it's 2025 now, and I'm still doing it every single day. So for me, it's about that consistency. It's not for me about what other people want, because other people don't want to show up every single day forever. That's not something other people want, but that is something that I want, right? And in that way, I have to show up for the things that I want. And I want philosophy in life. I want conscious evolution. I want hope for the future. I want to see a future that I actually can imagine and want to move towards. And then I want to bring that imagination into the minds of those that I love so that we can collectively hope for and build towards a better future. Not many people have any hope for the future whatsoever right now. There's very few people that actively is inspired and hopeful about what the future is going to be. Very few people. All right. So again, that's the majority. That's the majority. I don't want to be a part of that majority. What were you streaming in your first days? All of it's recorded. All of us like, and that's the thing as well, Tommy. That's the best part. Not only do I have my streak, but my streak has been recorded on Ryan. So check, 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 check. Right, that's why Twitch is not my main platform. YouTube is actually. So they used to get uploaded as videos. So I'll show you oldest, and there they are. There's day one. There's day two. There's day three. Day four. Day five. Day six. Every single one of them is accounted for. There is a video for every day. Look at old me. Yapping. Yaps like so much about yapping. And that version of me had ideas, and that version of me had hopes and dreams, and this version of me has realized more of those things that that version of me could have imagined. And this version of me still is not satisfied with how much that version of me realized couldn't have realized would be. You see? So in that way, I am still 100% on board for continued growth, but I need more capital, Tommy. So in that way, I could give you a tip and be like, how about you give me some money? Support my Patreon, Tommy. And in that way, I'll have more capital. And by having more capital, I'll have the freedom to do more things. Right now, I'm earning, if I'm lucky, $400 a month, right? $400 a month in income is not a lot anywhere on earth right now, relatively speaking. And in that way, it only gives me so much room to do things. And this is technically when I am financially stable with some real job. You see, like here in South Africa, unfortunately, 50, 50, half of people my age are without work. Right, so it's like a double whammy of it's very hard for people my age to find employment right now, and even if you do find employment, uh, your wages will be abysmal, right? And you'll be working your life away. We are living in interesting times, very interesting times, and it is a matter of showing up for this boat that we're in, right? Because I realize we are all in the same boat. Mm. Because you have a strong streak, which would help you definitely grow. You're wearing a ring on your thumb. Sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah. The inside of my thumb, this part of my thumb is just barely as thick as my pointer fingers. But I don't really enjoy it there much. This for me is my most comfortable configuration. Mm, melt. Yee, dream tooth. People nowadays don't like philosophy too bad. Preached it. Uh, some cracking happens. What were you streaming in your first days? Damn, just tell me. I'm not seeing everything. You should try everything. Like every genre, I would give you in the future when I'm financially stable with some real job, not the photography. I earn 4 to 9K right now. I'm earning, but it's not stable. I get that. Yeah, with photography, again, you need to take into consideration that maybe there's not going to be any people that want photos taken. Maybe it's going to be cold outside, and people don't really want that. So I hear you. Because some of the month I earn 2 to 3K, but in some it's like 35K US dollar. I want stable income. I hear you, Tommy. Me and you both. I found that Patreon has been the most stable form of income I have ever had. So it is a matter of we live in the future, right? The way that I am creating might not be what the mainstream media wants right now, right? Like I don't know if you've seen the work I make, but I make these things every day as well, right? So I've been making these. Suddenly a gap. I've been making these also for now 1,146 days consecutively. So for me, it's a matter of I'm going to do what I can to make beautiful things, to show up for love, to show up for yoga, to show up for art. And I'll do that every single day. And if people still don't think I'm valuable, same thing every day with 1 to 3 viewers, sometimes less than 1 to 3 viewers. Now, again, right? For me, it's not about the viewership. For me, it's about the creative process. For me, it's about the showing up in this boat that we're in. Because every day I am alive, Tommy. Every single day. I wake up and there I am again. It's ridiculous. I just keep waking up and being alive and stuff. And then I'm like, now what? And then this is one of the now whats. Right? And I take great pride in showing up. Right? And I take even greater pride in showing up despite the metrics. All right, the vanity metrics that tell me whether or not I'm good enough. Oh yeah, if I was getting 15 viewers every stream, or maybe 500 viewers, maybe 1,000, maybe 10,000. At what point is it gonna be enough, right? So at this point, it has to be enough. Because if it's only gonna be enough at that point, then I'm gonna keep fucking changing the goalpost indefinitely, right? I'm gonna keep building the boat instead of going out to sea and having an adventure. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Tommy? Have you ever thought of leaving streaming? Nah. No, that's not happening. I'm doing this till I'm dead, bro. Like, there's nothing that's stopping me, ever. Same thing every day. I've seen your work. Have you thought about leaving? Nope. Nah, fam. Nah. Never. Okay, bye. Gotta study. Bless you. Thank you for showing up for your future too, dear friend, and for studying. Yeah, being a human is such a weird dynamic, right? We very much do find ourselves completely and utterly lost. Hey, Akash, it's nice having you, friend. Lost at the helm of this boat, right? There is thunderstorms quaking. There is waves waving. There is darkness looming. There are rock faces peering out of the ground, cutting out of the water, looming, creating a deep sense of dis-ease and discomfort as we narrowly miss catastrophe after catastrophe. The fact that humanity hasn't come to an end yet should give us a lot of hope, I think. All those kiddos vying for the views. Yeah. Unfortunately, it is the metric that determines how successful or how wealthy you are. If I had more views, I would be more wealthy. That is how it works. That's directly how it works. But if it was about the becoming wealthy part for me, then I would have already given up because I've not become wealthy. I have shown up every single day, but I'm still far from wealthy. And in that way, that wasn't the goal in the first place. So it doesn't become a priority now, or not priority, I think is the right word. It's more an obstacle. There we go. Yes, it's not an obstacle because it never was the priority. It's more like a side benefit. If my art becomes valuable and valued by the world one day, and I get to live a comfortable life because of that, huzzah! Great. But my art is still beautiful to me, and I get to make something beautiful every single day, even if it's only for a very small group of friends. You friends have supported me in my work as well. All right, and even if that support had to go away, it would break my heart. Admittedly, I'm still just a person, but I would still continue making it. I would still try and make more beautiful things, even if it had to be just for me. This boat that we're in. I feel like this perspective does add a lot of a lot of perspective in this boat that we're in. Because this boat that I'm in is the boat of today. It is today again. And it's today for you, and it might be today for people in Australia whose today is now coming to an end. But it's today. It was today for all of us. And everybody is in the same boat that is today always. What a boat it is. Hard time seeing it. It's so vast and all encompassing and non non-time bound in the same way, right? If it were on an actual boat, it would be in space-time right in front of us, and we would be like, oh yes, stomp foot. You can feel the boat underneath you. But with the boat of time, oh, right. Suddenly new challenges arise. Yeah. What an experience it is being in this boat together. Is Hoopy here? Yeah. Let's say hi to Hoopy. Hoopy and Akash getting greets and stews. Quite the world we live in. I feel that today's stream topic went from being about the boat that is Earth in my mind to the boat that is time. Feels interesting. I'm curious about that development. Me and some friends are having a conversation about how we're all in the same boat. Yesterday, I had a discussion a little bit about polarization and refusing entry to certain parts of the boat. Maybe with our finger pointing, we point our fingers towards the other side of the boat, and that part of the boat has great medical services or. And because we find ourselves polarized, because we believe ourselves to be on the one side of the boat, we might lose out on the other side of the boat. And how that might be the biggest shame, right? That's the real thing we're losing. That we're not only losing the battle that is trying to maintain polarity, because it doesn't exist ultimately, we're all in the same boat in that way, but you're also losing, you're like double losing by believing in the polarity. You're literally manufacturing or manifesting the losing of other parts of your reality for yourself by your own belief system, essentially. I'm curious because as we discussed this whole boat analogy, came to this point where I acknowledge that all of us are in the same boat, that is the today. How every single day I wake up and I'm still myself, and it's another today again. And then I have to do something with that today. I have to make something out of what is essentially a blank canvas. And I do consider myself an artist, and that art has manifested as showing up for a yoga practice, showing up for a conversation, a conscious conversation with friends about the things that we experience in life, the things that we're noticing through our own lens, and then art, ultimately. How can we, is it possible even to bring it into the collective understanding that we're all in this boat of today? Is the boat of today unseeable because it's only seen from the perspective of the person living it? Right? It's very difficult for someone to think about, wrap their head around the fact that there is 8 billion todays that's unfolding actively around us. Little man fell asleep. Whew, this melt. Hey meow, it's nice having you. Sending you blessings. Sam sent me a message recently that has been clean. He's comfy. He's warm enough. Like everything is like all the boxes have been checked, and like Sam is like helpless. sometimes opening one of the streams and the baby listening to my voice helps him fall asleep. That I know, in saying that it feels so pompous. Is it pompous? No. I don't even know how I'm supposed to feel about that. It fucking makes me feel flabbergasted. But it does make me happy. We all need a lot more of philosophy. Yeah. It's the whole Plato's cave analogy. No, please. Come on, you got this. Convert that text. Do it. Convert that text. Don't delete that beautiful, yes, thank you, message I sent. Mm, listening to it. All we have to do is mind your joy or do for others. Yep. Little man got philosophized to sleeps. That is the power. My mom also falls asleep with me philosophizing, so philosophy is everything. We all need a lot more philosophy. I don't know if that's the way it registers for you too, Melita. It's like thinking about the whole Plato's cave analogy. Now, that is where we are, again, as a species. Right? All of us are looking at reflections of reality through our phones. Right? When it's not the fullness that is reality, not even at all. And the lack of philosophy and the lack of other things that come with philosophy, that help philosophy too, is also very underutilized in our current iteration of the species. Yesterday, it was My Name is Earl. Joe, yesterday it was My Name is Earl. Also a classic, I'm sure. I haven't seen any of the My Name is Earl, but I've seen more people talk about it recently, so maybe I should. So the AI, of course, has to give me has to wax poetic about how great I am. This is a deep and beautifully framed realization. This idea that we're all in the same boat. Yeah, like it's totally my idea. I'm the first one to have it. Yet polarizing keeps us from accessing the full experience of the boat itself. And what's worse, by buying into that separation, we manufacture our own limitations, cutting ourselves off from the entire sections of possibility that we're always part of the boat we lived in. Your metaphor of the boat of today is profound. Of course, every person is in their own today, yet all those 2 days are happening simultaneously, intertwined but experienced separately. The challenge is that the boat of today is always moving, always dissolving into the past, and being reborn in the now. It exists only in the lived moments, and because it's so immediate, so deeply personal, it often feels like it belongs only to us. Yeah, I love this, yes. It feels exactly like that, right? Maybe that is why we're so obsessed with ownership as well, because we want this experience that we think is uniquely ours, right? To extend into the physical world. We want to be able to hold things as uniquely ours as well, right? To give us some sense of stability in this world of chaos that we're in right now. It makes perfect sense why we're at where we're at. Can we stop bombing people, please? Please just stop the militarizing. It needs to be made significantly more expensive. I think that's going to be the best thing. Like, we're going to fix our money eventually. And again, my prediction is 2044 for shit to be like at a point where it's reasonable again. Budgeting, and like I can build or X coins of whatever, right? Or I can spend X coins building this other thing, and then this other thing makes me money day after day, month after month for the exceedable future. Where War Machine 5000 only destroys money, both as an asset in and of itself and in its function, right? When it is deployed, its function is to destroy. In the metaphor of today, in the boat of today. Yeah, that one is actually hitting close to home to me. It exists only in this lived moment, and because it's so immediate, so deeply personal, it often feels like it belongs only to us. Kiddo's got good taste already on the things he will experience. He has a good mom. It's going to help, I'm sure, as well. So, how do we make that collective? How do we make it seen? I think the bridge between personal experience and collective recognition is shared attention. Yes, that's kind of like taking me on a ride because that's literally what we're doing by showing up in this stream together as well. That I am giving you my attention. You. And if you are here in this moment with me, you are sharing that attention back with me. Value is not reflected by money at all. Yeah, maybe not by the actual person, but it might be so by society, right? Where if my life's work doesn't amount to any money, then people will let me starve, all right? And they will make me homeless. Where starvation and homelessness is the reward of not being valued by money. So it's like a rough quandary to find ourselves within. Even worse, a lot of things today that are expensive are less valuable than most things that are free. That is true. I like that. That's a beautiful point, right? For me, to acquire a nice electric car right now, right? And nice to me is just the ones available in South Africa, essentially. It's gonna be like 50,000 US dollars, right? For me to earn that amount of money, at my current earning rate, will take like 10 to 13 years of saving everything and not spending a single dollar, right? At the current rate. However, for me to gain a friendship and to maintain a friendship with someone like Christian, for example, is something that I cannot buy with all the money in the world and is something that is exponentially more valuable, right? For instance, if I had to cut my friendship ties with Christian for the next 13 years so that I can grind extra hard and save extra money to buy the car eventually, I won't feel like that car is more valuable than what I had lost in order to get it, right? In hindsight. Melt seeking to be homeless? No, no. The point I'm making is that if I am not valued in money, then homelessness is, and I'm saying this from my perspective, I would believe that I'm loved enough, right, by those who care about me that they won't allow me to be homeless, that they'll be like, nah, bro, there's a couch for you to sleep on at the very least. I'm hopeful of that, but I'm also willing to acknowledge that I'm not only speaking as myself, right? I'm speaking as all of us in this moment in a way. And that might not be the case for every single person. Maybe a person has lost their family, right? They literally do not have any blood relatives on the planet anymore. And they're also an artist just like me. And they're also trying to do the same things, but their work is just not valued. They could end up homeless, right? Because they were not in money valued for the work that they did. The work that I've been doing and showing up for myself has been so valuable. I think that's the balance we're supposed to find. Find yourself ceaselessly chasing for those ultra valuable items at the expense of the true valuable experiences, your your bar, right, of understanding, your extreme, your polarity gets shifted, right? And I'm trying to find myself balanced in the middle somewhere now. Because my polarity is very much shifted towards truth. Hey, Sibala, bless you. And truth to me is this, right? Doing this work. However, just because it's true to me might not mean it's true to other people. And that's where the balance needs to be found, right? And in that way, some of the balance has been found in the business that we started. So that is going to help us serve clients, that allows us to do things that other people find valuable alongside the things that we find valuable. Traveling tribe actually sounds so amazing. That does sound nice. Start a traveling tribe and find the perfect job. Isn't a traveling tribe a circus? Sounds like it could be. If the price for my soul to be complete and happy is to be homeless, so be it. Nice. Love is true. Yeah. For me, one of my dreams, and we've shared this literally since like the first days of this stream, is to have what I call a solar RV. A solar RV. All right, but we can cut one of the R's for efficiency's sake. And this thing, in my mind, is basically a mini bus, a big box on wheels. What do you find valuable? So maybe you could infer what I find valuable from this description of one of the things that I want. One of the things that I place a lot of significance as this is valuable in my life when I think about something I want in the future. And this is one of them. This is something I've wanted for the longest time, right? But again, it's one of those things that's going to be so expensive to realize, and also something that I'm patient with for the technology to get better alongside. So basically a box on wheels, and this box on wheels has a 3-tiered layer solar panels. So wherever I find myself stationary, I can unfold 2 awnings over the top of my vehicle, over the top of the size of my vehicle, right? Which means I'm now collecting, 3 times the amount of energy that I would normally if it was just the one surface area collecting. And also I have 2 awnings. And then onto the sides, the walls of that vehicle, there is basically utilities built, like a little outdoor kitchen, which basically fold out from the vehicle's sides, right? So instead of having all of the cooking and stuff inside the vehicle, you can have it outside of the vehicle. And then you have your solar awning that can add, sun protection or rain protection or what have you. And then this vehicle can be driven anywhere. And it's completely solar powered, of course, right? All of the energy that turns the wheels, that cook the food, that purify the water is literally siphoned from the sun into that vehicle. And then it can be transported to all of the different beautiful places that the earth has for us to experience. And then whenever I run out of energy, I can stand still in that space, get to know the people, get to know the land, get to see some things that I might not be able to if I was just sprinting from point A to point B in a straight line, because that's the most efficient way to do it, right? Having to stop every certain radius and then just opening myself up to the sunlight, absorbing energy for as long as I need to, and then collecting myself again and moving forward. That is what's valuable to me, in my mind. That I feel would serve the way I am very well. But realizing that dream is going to be, I'm guessing like $100,000. Getting it like on the road, it's done. I wouldn't be surprised if it cost $100,000, and that's an insane amount of money. That is a lot of money, especially in South African terms. But it's not an impossible amount of money, right? So again, short-term goals, yes. Goals for the short terms. What do you find valuable? I am so into a circus lately. I mean, I think you could actually thrive in a circus. I could see you being a circus lady, actually. What is valuable? Love, honesty, truth, integrity, courage, growth, discipline, wisdom, education. Those are such beautiful ones. Mel saying, valuable is when I feel the breath in my lungs expanding, like one breath is suddenly containing 100 breaths all at once. A feeling that my light is allowed to shine as bright as I want it to. And the way I can help or influence others in order for them to grow. That is so valuable. Yes. So I feel, and this is of course me riffing on what you friends have to say, have said that this idea in my mind of being able to travel, right? Using sunlight, for me is the best way to enact that value, right? To have those breaths, to open my doors in the morning and step out to a new scene, right? I stopped here last night in the dark and I went to sleep and I wake up the next morning and I can see a new expanse that I've never seen before waking up, right? That's the moment that I get to take the breath that feels like 1,000 breaths. And then potentially I'll find people in that space alongside me and I'll be able to have those conversations. I'll be able to enact that influence that I might not have been able to if I was just here on this side of the boat. Is that Tristan Bliss? Tristan? Tristan from Dulström? So to the friends who are here and to the friends who remember, if this is the Tristan that I think it is, Tristan met me at Dulström, where I was basically doing one of these live streams, and he was like, "What are you doing, bro?" And I'm like, "I'm doing a live stream." And he's like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Because I do it every day." And here we are. Yeah, here we are. I see you got a new username, more related to yours. I'm happy that you got that sorted out because I did see your username has like a bunch of other characters and stuff. Tristan Blaze. Tristan Blaze. It's cool. It's cool anyway. Bless you, little one. Today we're talking about we're all in the same boat. That's basically the gist of today's conversation. We've been having a deep conversation about value, weirdly enough, about what is valuable, about what people value, about how I want to be valued, about what I value, about what I imagine my future of value is like. The nose can smell that something is off. The third eye is connecting in the same principal fractal. And if I miss some. Mialia nose. Why not tap the nose? I thought it was the nose that knows. I think I missed a few valuable breaths. Okay, there we go. Tristan. That was top 10 stream. Yeah, Mojo remembers too. For me too. For me too, Tristan. And I've said that to you as well. I don't know if you're seeing me. Maybe you can't hear. How do I speak to you? You are speaking to me right now. Relatively speaking. I think there might be. Can I? No, not on this app. I thought there might be a way for me to press a button that allows me to even like open up a second window on my stream. But I don't think of this app. I have a mic. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now. So I don't know if the problem is you having a mic or not. The problem is more I'm already live. And you are here. I can see you. This is the way it works usually. I've been talking about being in the same boat. How like mouth. I interpret that Mel does more of these as maladaptive daydreaming. Jeez. Jeez, Hoopy. You interpret some whack shit, bro, sometimes. Right? If I don't become schizophrenic, maladaptive daydreaming. Bro, all of my daydreams have led me to more manifestation towards actually getting things done. Right? For instance, Tristan, this is going to be like one of those humble brag moments, just to like throw some mud back at Hoopy. And me and Hoopy are like homies. We've been here for a long time, so I'm not actually angry. I hope that's very clear. But with the things that have been said, with the concerns that have been raised, right? With my maladaptive daydreaming, I have been maladaptively daydreaming about building stages as well, using my art and then putting my art on said stages. And because of those daydreams, I literally am doing that now, right? That is my reality. Uh, in 7 days, I will be helping set up a festival, and all of the media, every single pixel that will enter people's eyeballs were created by myself. All right, I sat at the computer endlessly, having daydreamed relentlessly about what I could do with said computer, and I did something. And there will be hundreds of people that get to experience and appreciate those visuals. If you had to tell me, literally, and I'm not even joking, literally just a year ago from now, that is where I'm going to be a year later, I would say that is some maladaptive daydream. That's what I would have said. I would have been like, that's some maladaptive daydreaming. You need to stop. I needed your number on WhatsApp. I do have WhatsApp, Tristan, but it's one of those things where I don't really give away my number. You know, I have only so much mental bandwidth, and having my WhatsApp number is almost like literally giving you a slice of my mental bandwidth, right? And like snapping off a slice of mental bandwidth and handing it to you is hard because like I'm basically mental bandwidthless at this point, right? All of the slices that there used to be have already been snapped off and are staking different ideas into the metaphorical ground. You know what I mean? Totally. So, how do we make it a collective? Yeah, creating temporary unifications of our fragmented realities. The challenge of realizing that there are 8 billion todays unfolding simultaneously is staggering. It's almost impossible. It's not almost impossible, it is completely and utterly impossible for the human mind to fully grasp the scale of it, right? The scale of the earth, the scale of what it means that there are 8 billion human beings at the same time. Like, we cannot wrap our heads around it. Yet, in some ways, that's where art comes in. Yeah, art, storytelling, music, movement can help us stretch beyond the limits of our singular today and touch the edge of shared experiences. The act of creation, whether through visuals, words, or movements, leaves an imprint that ripples out into the todays of others. Yeah, yeah, this is true. Maybe we don't need to see all 8 billions today to understand that they exist. Maybe it's enough to deeply see just one today. This today. It's today for both of us right now, right? In the same way, it's always been today for both of us. This historical context, maladaptive, isn't meant not healthy. It's a healthy thing. It is? Maybe I have bias. I'm willing to admit this. More than willing to, in fact. My bias has always been that maladaptive is bad. When are you coming to Dulstrom again? Maybe soon, Tristan. One of my friends, David O'Grady, maybe I shouldn't dox him like that. It's fine. Lives in Dulstrom. But he's living in the Netherlands, no, in Norway right now. But his parents are still in Dulstrom. So he might go over to see them. And if he does, then I would like to go over and see him. But I don't travel much, unfortunately. Traveling is an expensive thing to do. If you travel 400 kilometers, like 800 rand though. It's 800 rand. Going to Pretoria and back is 800 rand. Going to Dulstrom and back, 600 bucks. Minimum. Are you coming to Dullstrom again? You? Yeah, probably. Some point. Some point. I'm just gonna have to like budget though and like make it make sense. I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go for this long. If I'm gonna go for this long, I'm gonna have to stay here. If I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna have to account for this. If this and then's whens and not him, Meltmore. No, you know David O'Grady. Do you know David O'Grady, Tristan? You know him? This is, he's like he looks so sad. Did David O'Grady spit in your coffee? Sorry. Okay, bro, just chill. Like I plan on like doing these live streams forever, forever. I'm never stopping doing these live streams like forever. I'm doing them always and forever, right? Because the last time you saw me in person doing this live stream, and that was like a year and a month ago, right? Yeah, year and a month, basically, maybe a little bit more than a year and a month. And here we are still doing it every day. And now there's quantum computers. In the meanwhile, there's even better language models. There's matter gen that literally builds matter, atom by atom, builds new novel chemicals. As soon as we connect that stuff to quantum computers, we're gonna build novel molecules literally out of thin air. Not thin air. We're gonna make stuff that we cannot fathom on a computer, and then we're going to be able to take it directly from those computers and make it into reality, and it's going to serve the functions we want them to. We're living in the future, bro. We're literally living in the future, and the future comes with living a very long time. You're what? How old are you now? 9 or 10? You're like, you're gonna live extra. Like by the time you're my age, there's gonna be humanoid robots. There's gonna be flying taxis. There's gonna be quantum computers out the wazoo. Blockchain has been fully embraced. Holy shit! What a world! When are you going live again? I should actually close off this stream and start up the next one. So in like a minute, and then tomorrow I do at least one stream every day. At least one stream every day. When are you doing it again? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Once every day, every day. No, 10. 10 years old. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn 27. Turn 27 in May, coming on. 26 now. So 16 years from now, it's the year 2031. It's gonna be 2031 when you're as old as I am right now. That is bonkers. Yes, see. 2031 is going to be like just the fact that it's going to be the 30th century, 30th decade. Please don't at me. The 2030s. Every single time we click over a round number, it gets more and more ridiculous. We get excited. Right? And the things that we were excited about in the past was the internet and all of our technologies. 27 is a good number. It is a goob number indeed. A goobity goobs. 27 is my favorite two-digit. I don't know if you know, Melita, but it is actually Gobbity Goo's favorite two-digit number too. It is also 2025. So the 2 goes into the other 2, becomes a 4, goes into the 5, becomes a 9. All right, then the 27 also is a 9 total numerological number. So I'm turning 27 in the year of 9, right? So I'm going through my two-digit number completion arc, right? Technically 18 is also a two-digit number completion arc. I'm going through my 20s completion arc while our completion arc as well. I'm gonna get rolled. Do you play Minecraft or Road? or blocks fruit on Roblox. No, unfortunately not. I don't play games at all, bro. I used to. I used to play a game that's called Dota. Whatever you do, don't start playing Dota, bro. No, sir. That game will consume your life. That game will make you think you're smart by understanding everything that goes on inside of it, while you slowly but surely become more stupid about the way everything works out here. Completion arc. Yeah, the completion arc. The number 9. Cute. No, I'm not saying I'm gonna be done. I'm just gonna be done with that part of life again. And then I'm gonna have to rediscover, reiterate, restart, reevaluate, rebalance. Right? The whole loop starts over again. How do I do live? I think you need 50 subscribers first. I think that's the first prerequisite. And I don't know if they allow people your age to do that either. I think that might be the big bottleneck too. Have I completed this little piece? Not just yet. Maybe we don't need to see all of them. Maybe we don't have to see all 8 billion todays to understand that they exist. Maybe it's enough to deeply see just one today outside of our own. Yeah, seeing your today. You seeing my today. That is outside of your own. Maybe that is enough to recognize another person's experience fully, even just for a moment, might be the key to stepping out of our own polarization and stepping into the whole boat. The tragedy isn't just that we cut ourselves off from parts of the boat, it's that we forget we ever had access to them in the first place. But once we see, once we remember, we realize the whole boat was available to us all along. And that's when we stop double losing. That's when we start winning. Yeah. Don't let yourself double lose. Don't lose twice. And it's the number 9 of this year. Yeah. I think me and Melita literally said the same at the same time, probably. There might be a little bit of a lag. Oh man. I'm sorry, Tristan. I'm sorry, bro. I'm like an old guy. I'm like already an old guy. I'm just 20. I'm like 20, turning 27 soon, but I'm already like one of those old guys, bro. Unfortunately, it sucks, dude. It sucks for me too. I also wish I could be a kid again and like really love playing Minecraft and Roblox. It would be so cool if I was that version of me once more. But I can't be. This version of me is like just crazy and stuff. I'm like thinking about saving the world. But it starts with trying to just make sure that those that are in my world are saved first, right? And it is this matter of, bro, do I really need 50? Come on, I think so. I mean, 50 is not hard. They're 50. That's a number, right? Hey, Google, how many people do you need to have subscribed to live stream on YouTube? Oh, wait, that can't be right. You need 1,000 subscribers? That can't be right, though. It's not right, though. It's 50. I'm pretty sure it's 50, bro. Take my word for it, though. I do Roblox vids. Yeah! Keep uploading Roblox vids, and then the people that will love Roblox vids will subscribe to you. And then before you know it, you'll have more than 50. It took me a long time. I had to upload for the first almost a year. I think it was almost a year. I had to upload every single one of my videos, right? Just for them to be saved online. And only like after a year of like uploading videos every day for a year did I get enough subscribers to actually be able to go live and do it this way. Bro, it's damn hard. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy peasy, and I'm not trying to like make it less how hard it will be for you to do that. What I'm saying is it can be done, right? Like if I had to dig a hole in the ground with a shovel, and dig deeper and deeper every day, that sounds harder to me than getting 50 subscribers, right? And I'm willing to admit to you as well, Tristan, like check this out though. Check this out, bro. In the last 30 days, I only managed to get 10 people. Even me, bro. I only get 10 people subscribed in the last 30 days. Right? So for me, it would take like 5 months, 5 whole months already from where I'm at just to get to 50 subscribers if I had none. Right? And that's hard work because I show up every single day. Every day I do videos. I'm willing to admit it's hard. But, and this is the part that really gets me too, there's no other way than the hard way. There's no other way, bro. There is no other way. There's only the hard way to do things. And it can be discouraging, but until you can really like take that into your heart and be like, you know what? I'll just do it the hard way. I'll just do it the hard way anyway. And then you do it, and then you get to feel good about the fact that you did it. And then by doing it the hard way, 5 years, 10 years, you will become progressively more and more successful. And you to yourself and other people to you too might see only your success and they might envy that or they might make less of that. But you're the one who put in all of that hard work. You're the one who showed up for doing it the hard way. And that's the way we get to where we're going. Okay, bro, I'm gonna do a video later. Yeah. Do it the hard way. Oh. Slowly but surely. Making short videos could help you as well, right? When I do short videos, let me show you. Let me show you some of this. Let's do 2025. Okay, let's do this the last few hundred days. Right, so here's like a little list of all of the streams and videos that got subscribers. So the most I've been able to get on a live stream was like 6. And then this short video got 4 subscribers. And this short video got 3 subscribers. Most of them is the live streams. So 7 of those subscribers were begotten just by short videos. And relatively speaking, the short videos can take less time to get the subscribers plus the amount of time it takes me to potentially make it, right? That little Pippi video, that literally took me 5 seconds to make. I took a video of that little Pippi giving her some scritches, and then I hit upload. And then suddenly 4 new people are subscribed. Bro, it's damn hard. Tristan, I just subscribed to your channel. Thank you, Mojo. Bro, I'm so happy. You now have 4. Bless Mojo. Thank you, friend, for helping too. Yeah, good, bro. Be happy. Be prosperous. Show up. Keep doing things the only way, even if it's the hard way. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but you're young. The fact that you're 10 years old and you're already showing up to do the work is a big deal. If I could have started doing the work as a 10-year-old, I can't even imagine where I'd be right now. So just think about that, bro. If you only upload a video once a day, right? Yeah. My mind wanted to do the math of like once a week, but once a day catches up really quickly with you in comparison. But if you did a video once a day, right, the same way I try to do 1 video per day, by the time you're my age, 16 years had passed. Which means you would have done 5,800 days. Right? I'm only on day 1,513 today. So you would have dwarfed my streak. Literally like abolished it times 3 by the time you're my age. You get to be in that position, bro. Like, that's a lot to be happy about. I'm gonna leave the stream. It's cool, bro. It's nice having you. I'm gonna finish the stream as well, actually. I'll show the friends the arts. I'll read you a poem, and then I'll say goodbye and start up the horizontal one for today. All right. And the poem that went associated with it is called The Space Between. There is a space between you and me in that way right now, right? The world is a rope pulled tight, a battle of hands, of weights, of will. Each side digging in, each voice sharpened to a spear. Choose, pick a side, fight, or be forgotten. And so the winds rise. The tides thrash, the fire spreads wild in every direction, consuming even those who only meant to hold a spark. But have you ever stood where the storm forgets to rage? Where the wind catches its breath? Where the ocean smooths itself into a mirror? Where time slows just enough for you to hear your own thoughts again? That is where clarity lives. Not in the shouting, not in the push and pull, but in the quiet weight of seeing both sides without being swallowed by either. You are not indecisive. You are not lost. You are the deep inhale before the world exhales. I don't know if Melita is here, but that feels apt as well. You are the space between the fists, the calm between the waves, the silence that makes music possible. Let them pull. Let them push. You stand steady. Not because you refuse to move, but because you know the strongest thing of all is knowing when to hold. Knowing when to hold. Are you holding on right now? You just have to not get thrown off the boat. And then we're all in the same boat. Just don't get thrown off. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me again on another day. I'll see you, friends, again soon. Literally in the next stream, a moment from now. It might be a little bit of a shorter one. I'll maybe just give you like beat by beat, the things that I'm thinking about today, and then I'll say goodbye. But it was nice having your friends here for today. Bless ya.